Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. The latest on the wildfire situation threatening parts of Northern Ontario.
Who's next is not a matter of if, now it's a matter of when.
First Nations leaders are calling on the government for more support. Plus, the province announces several communities in our region will now qualify for disaster assistance from spring flooding. And two of Premier Ford's ministers resign from cabinet.
It's unacceptable. It's not tolerated. And Stan did the right thing.
One of them exposed in an expense scandal that involved charging Toronto hotel rooms.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. We begin once again tonight with the wildfire situation facing our province. The Anishinaabe Nation Grand Council Chief is calling for government support as wildfires rage on in northwestern Ontario. Namagusingagan, also known as Collins First Nation, has been devastated, and there's a fear a loophole could stop the residents from getting aid. CTV's Madison Merrier explains.
Premier Doug Ford and Provincial Minister spoke to the press today about the out-of-control wildfires in the north and the evacuations of several communities, including Namagusingagan First Nation.
At the end of the day, the decision was made to evacuate, of course, in boats. I think everybody's seen the pictures that have circulated online.
Self-evacuated?
Yes, self-evacuated, absolutely self-evacuated. There are many communities that self-evacuate.
Had that community awaited for the official evacuation order, the official government evacuation order, this would be a recovery mission right now. We would be going in to look for the bodies of children, of elders, of men and women of this community.
Self-evacuating saved lives, but Debasiage says without an official evacuation order, the federal government could deny aid to those displaced.
I was quite upset when I read that because they use that line to limit their liability to the situation. Because in their bureaucratic processes, if you self-evacuate, then they don't have to contribute anything, towards the evacuation or, post-evacuation measures like lodging and foods.
Debasiage believes the First Nation was sacrificed for neighboring communities who received evacuation orders, despite saying Namagusingagan was at the same risk as Armstrong and White Sand.
Some of the conversations I've been having with other leaders, who's next is not a matter of if, now it's a matter of when. We've seen these fires progressively intensify. Now the fires have actually wiped out an entire community.
So if you can imagine, from the time the fire was spotted to the time it was essentially on top of everybody was only within a couple of hours. So we did our best. Like I said, we're fighting 150, 160, 170 fires at the time across the province. So we'll continue to work with Collins to look at what's going to happen as we move forward in the future.
Harris says the province will continue to work with the First Nation. Meanwhile, a lawyer representing the First Nation wrote a letter to the Indigenous Services Minister Thursday calling for feds to treat them as any other community. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, weather seems to be allowing firefighters to get the upper hand in some areas if the numbers tonight are any indication. Here in the northeast, there were only 2 new fires this evening, both of them small, one in Esther, the other near Restoule Provincial Park. Officials say the region has 60 fires in total. 10 are not under control. Over in the northwest, it's a different story. 5 new fires tonight, the biggest one only 4 hectares though. The region there is seeing 129 active wildland fires, 62 are not under control. Thousands of people have so far had to flee their homes. In Uppsala, there is a sense of an urgency rather. While today's rain might have helped, residents are preparing for the worst. Residents have been trying to save what they can before they get out. The community is about 150 kilometers from the city of Thunder Bay. There is no evacuation order yet. Uppsala's fire chief says they're doing what they can to protect the town.
We're just good for a little while. We bought a little bit of time, but we have in no way won the war.
We might not be in southern Ontario, but we are in northwestern Ontario. We are still in Ontario. Do you not deserve some rights or something?
You feel forgotten?
I feel forgotten.
While officials have promised more resources, there are many in the north telling CTV News they are not seeing enough action. Transport Canada is looking into whether CN Rail broke the law after a crew had to be rescued from a train surrounded by flames. Video of the incident shows red-orange flames closing in on a train near Armstrong in northwestern Ontario. Transport Canada says the government is looking at whether CN failed to comply with rules under the Railway Safety Act. The company says rail operations in part of northwestern Ontario have been suspended. The crew did get out safely after fleeing on foot for more than a kilometer before they were rescued. We know that breathing in wildfire smoke is bad for our lungs, but experts are raising concerns about the impact it has on our brains. Researchers at the University of Calgary say tiny particles from the smoke can enter the bloodstream or get to the brain directly through the nose. Researchers say when toxins reach the brain, that can cause inflammation, resulting in fogginess, lack of focus, and headache. Increasing exposure to these harmful particles can also cause long-term damage to brain cells, leading to cognitive decline. Disaster recovery help following flooding in the spring is being made available to several communities in our region, including French River, Berks Falls, Armour Township, and Sudbury. The province making the announcement during the noon hour. Certain areas of Ottawa, Orillia, Ramara, and Kawartha Lakes will also qualify. The program will apply to primary homes and basic contents to a small business, farm, or not-for-profit organization. You'll still have to apply, but affected people will get help with cleanup expenses, cost to repair or replace essential property, and basic emergency expenses like evacuation costs. The deadline to apply is November 16th. We have an update tonight on those 27 dogs that were rescued from a hoarding situation in a two-bedroom Sudbury apartment. 60 days later, some positive changes are taking place. CTV's Lana Everson reports.
It's playtime for these 11-month-old Labradoodle Bully Mix pups. They've been at Pet Save for the past 60 days, getting a lot of care and confidence building.
Completely antisocial when they arrived, huddled in corners, and now they love the outdoors. You know, their first day on grass, they just kind of froze, but now they're out running. We have a 1-acre fenced-in pen here, and they love the outdoors, so they're having a blast.
They were never outside, never on leashes. They would always be inside. So working with them, you have to be very patient, very calm, show them that you're safe.
Many of the rescued animals have been adopted, but Pet Save says the older pups needed more work.
We even have volunteers that actually bring them to their houses now so that they're getting ready to go out for adoption and everything. So they're getting housebroken, they're getting exposed to what it is like to be a normal dog in a household.
Many are now ready for adoption. Pet Save says this case came to light when a concerned family member reported the hoarding to Pet Save.
If you're aware of a situation where somebody has, multiple animals, the quicker you get into those homes and help fix the problem, the better. It's better for the animals, it's better for our organization.
Pet Save says the parents were spayed and neutered and returned to the owners as part of the deal to end the hoarding situation. Alana Everson, CTV News, Lively.
After being exposed in an expense scandal this week, Provincial Cabinet Minister Stan Cho announced he's stepping down today. This comes as another cabinet minister is also leaving the legislature. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
Less than a week after a $16,000 hotel tab came to light, Stan Cho has resigned as Minister of Tourism, Culture and Gaming.
It's unacceptable. It's not tolerated. And Stan did the right thing.
The cost of hotel stays billed to taxpayers, even though Cho lives just 6 kilometers from Queen's Park. The allowance designed to help local MPPs in emergencies. In his resignation letter, Cho writes that he only claimed accommodation on nights the legislature sat late. And on late nights, he made a choice that was easier for him, not stopping to ask how it would look to someone working a double shift. Cho says he made a mistake and has repaid every cent. The opposition leader says it's not enough.
The people of Ontario demand answers, and I will say as well, he's not even the worst offender.
Public records show the parliamentary assistant to the Minister of Transportation racked up the biggest bill since 2023. Hardeep Grewal, who represents Brampton East, billed taxpayers for over $27,000. Nina Tangri from Mississauga Streetsville had almost $19,000 in hotel bills. And Charmaine Williams of Brampton Centre has been repaid close to $16,000.
They can all resign. It's not going to stop me from demanding answers from this premier, because you know what? The rot starts at the very top.
The Premier wouldn't say if other ministers or parliamentary assistants should step down or if he'll overhaul all expenses.
We're changing that policy, and they know how upset I was, and we're going to move forward, and there has to be accountability, and we don't operate that way. That's not in our DNA.
The interim Liberal leader isn't sure that's the case.
It's a pattern of abuse of taxpayer dollars. But why are we surprised? The Premier tried to buy himself a luxury private jet. There's a culture of entitlement in this government, and it starts with the Premier.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have our full weather forecast. For now, a look at the current conditions, starting with the weather warnings, and that is air quality warnings once again. The wind is shifting back in our direction. Yellow looks a bit more moderate. The area in orange is going to be looking high. Here are the current conditions: 14 in Kapuskasing, 17 in Wawa. We're seeing some rain move in off of Lake Superior, some rain maybe later off of Georgian Bay. We'll have details coming up in a moment.
Win your way in to Boots and Hearts with CTV and Pure Country, August 7th to the 9th, Burrells Creek, Ontario, featuring the Jonas Brothers, the Chicks, Rascal Flats, and more. Win a pair of weekend passes, including camping and parking. Enter today at ctvnorthernontario.ca.
Hot, sticky weather. Air quality was lousy for the most part all week long, and now we've got rain just in time for the weekend. Forecast radar. Take a look at that system right now hovering over the northeast area. Sault Ste. Marie getting pelted. 30 to 40 millimeters of rain in the forecast for tonight. In Greater Sudbury, 15 to 25. Then things start to clear out by Sunday. Nice weather on Sunday. And then we have the chance of showers beginning on Monday, Tuesday, and continuing for the better part halfway through the week. Then we get a bit of a change. Let's take a look at some of the numbers now in your forecast for Sudbury Nickel Belt. Chance of showers, risk of a thunderstorm overnight, 22. Again, that rainfall, 24 Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we've got the chance of rain, 21, 19. And again, 60% chance on Monday, 60% chance Tuesday, 40% chance Wednesday at 20. Thursday, some cloudy skies, 23. Normally, you're sitting at 25 for this time of the year. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of showers. Again, more rain, 30 to 40 millimeters. Rain at times heavy, 22 your high. Sunday, we've got some sunshine, 22. Chance of showers Monday, Tuesday, 60 and 30%. Wednesday, we've got some sun and cloud at 21 as things begin to perk up. Thursday, sun and cloud again, 24. That's your normal for this time of the year in Algoma and Sault Ste. Marie. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, showers, risk of a thunderstorm, 21. Again, more precipitation. Not as extensive as perhaps Sudbury or Sault Ste. Marie, but you will get some rain. 25 Sunday with the sunshine again. Monday, Tuesday, chance of showers, both days at 60%. Wednesday, some cloud cover. Thursday, some sun and cloud, 23, and 25 is your normal. So it takes maybe Wednesday into Thursday with the weather to change once we get rid of that precipitation. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, risk of a thunderstorm, showers tomorrow, 21. Sunshine on Sunday, chance of showers Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday with the cloud, and Thursday again some sun and cloud. And wrapping things up now with North Bay and West Nipissing. Risk of a thunderstorm, some shower activity. Sunday, some sunshine. We've got showers, chance of showers Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. It gets better Thursday, sun and cloud with the high of 23. Ian will get through the rain. Again, a big change in weather from what we had, but it will get better by Sunday. Should be a beautiful day. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. Well, just weeks after the company demolishing the former General Hospital in Sault Ste. Marie uncovered a time capsule from the 60s. Another one from the early 1950s has also been unearthed. CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports.
The Sault's mayor and the head of the local museum opened the time capsule together.
September 22nd, 1953. That's the Sault Daily Star.
In addition to newspapers, the cylinder contained documents written by staff of the Catholic facility and medallions from those same nuns.
Just to be able to find them and open them up and see what the community of the past wanted to share with the community of the future, I think is a great opportunity, not only for us to kind of reflect on how healthcare was at that point, but to kind of see where healthcare is currently at this point and what that looked like in between.
There's interesting headlines. I mean, they talked about the uncertainty in global affairs. They talked about municipalities wanting a better deal from the province, and so I think that the more things change, sometimes the more they stay the same.
This marks the second such opening to come from the demolition of the old General Hospital. Staff say there was no records of these time capsules, though they did have their suspicions.
It dates back to 1907, but that B wing was built in 1953, and we kind of figured if there's going to be a time capsule, it would be right where that block or the indicator was for 1953.
We haven't gone through these in extensive detail yet, but it appears to be for an expansion on the west side of the building that was probably, would more commonly be known kind of as the maternity wing.
Also at the old hospital, a cornerstone from the 1907 building has been uncovered, though demolition crews are doubtful that another time capsule lies within its structure. For the two recently discovered sets of artifacts, museum officials say they could be on display by early August. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Canadore College has been hosting actors, teachers, and directors from around the world as they train with renowned acting coach Larry Silverberg. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
It's been a lot of practice for these acting students, learning their lines and getting into character.
Being present in the moment and working with an element of truth so that your work comes out honestly.
All under the guidance and mentorship of Larry Silverberg, who has spent decades training thousands of actors, directors, and teachers in the Meisner technique, based off his former instructor, the late Sanford Meisner.
Total freedom on stage and in front of the camera, so the actor becomes the full, authentic expression of everything they are in each moment.
Actors are taught to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances, focusing on being emotionally present with their scene partners instead of simply memorizing the lines and cues.
Taking the audience's breath away, the audience sitting at the edge of their seat, not believing what they're witnessing.
I say my lines, now you say your lines. It's not like that at all. Those lines are in your blood.
The Meisner technique has influenced generations of performers like Gregory Peck, Jeff Goldblum, and Tom Cruise.
Every actor is looking for the opportunity to learn how to be the most realistic they can be on camera, to literally live and breathe as the character.
This method helps actors bring those qualities into their work on stage or in front of the camera. For others, these new skills will be passed along to other aspiring actors.
I'm mostly right now directing, going back to direct, so it gives me a little chance to work with the actors.
There are talks underway to bring Silverberg back next summer for a second retreat session.
For an actor who's going to take on many roles, they have to be free of the act so they can play any part.
Because after all,
I'm tired of coming home every day to this mess.
The show must go on. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Meanwhile, in Sudbury, Yes Theatre is launching a new training program. It's called the Gymnasium, and the group says it's an 8-week intensive program led by one of Canada's most respected educators and directors, Jeanette Lambermont-Maury. We're told the program provides participants with tools, techniques, and confidence to strengthen their performance skills. The 8-week sessions begin in the fall and registration closes September 4th. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. A Timmins resident marks a milestone birthday in style. We'll take you to her party as she turns the big 3 digits. As the World Cup heads into its final weekend, its impact is being felt everywhere, including here in the Northeast. Sports groups in Sudbury say the tournament has sparked a renewed passion for soccer, with interest in the sport reaching new heights. CTV's Amanda Hicks reports.
While the global soccer stage wraps up this weekend, the Sudbury Regional Competitive Soccer League says the momentum in the Nickel City is just beginning. Organizers say major international tournaments always sparks a fresh influx of energy.
You see the spike. The youth come in, they now new fans to the game.
older retirees come back to coach or ref or even get back into our older divisions, and you see everybody wearing their different jerseys, supporting their communities.
The SRCSL has been carving out its place in the local sports scene since 1907. Over a century later, that tradition continues to unite a diverse community.
It brings all the people of different religions and personality together, and then when on the ground you are all like a team, and then you play like a team, and then I think it just brings people together, and then that's what I love about soccer.
That legacy is driving a wave of energy on the pitch this summer, felt among players fueled by World Cup passion.
Definitely a bit more inspired, for sure. When we see a lot of the performances, especially us from other nations. My parents are from Congo, so seeing the Congolese goalkeepers give performances like they've been doing, and these guys, a lot of them are Latinos, Colombians too, so seeing how Colombia's been doing in the World Cup has been pretty good and inspiring to them.
On the Pro-Am level, the head coach of the Sudbury Cyclones says World Cup fever has taken over the entire city.
Here in Sudbury, obviously being involved in the community at the Greater Sudbury Soccer Club, I see a lot of kids engaged with the World Cup, and I'm always asking them about that, so that means they're watching it. Similar in North Bay, I ran a camp there this week, and the youth are engaged.
Meanwhile, in honor of the World Cup, the Sudbury Regional Competitive Soccer League offered a free session for kids aged 4 to 8 in June. On Sunday, August 23rd, the league will be hosting its second session right here at the James Jerome Sports Complex. This time, focusing on youth aged 9 to 13. Registration is free. You just need to bring a non-perishable food item. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
And speaking of the FIFA World Cup, England and France will battle for third place tomorrow at 5 p.m. That game being played in Miami. And Sunday's the big finale. Defending World Cup champions Argentina will play Spain in the World Cup final at 3 p.m. in New Jersey. You can catch both games live right here on CTV, TSN, and Crave. Health Sciences North's Stroke Fund received $5,000 today from a car dealership in Sudbury. The money was raised in June during Southside Buick GMC's Test Drive for Stroke campaign. The dealership donated $50 for every test drive customers took during the month of June, which is Stroke Month. They had a goal of 100 test drives and put the pedal to the metal to achieve their goal. Well done. Over in Timmins, the 8th annual Festa Italiana is happening at the Porcupine Dante Club, and it is officially now underway. The city of Timmins joining members for a flag raising and proclamation declaring July 17th to the 19th as Festa Italiana Days. The Dante Club is inviting people to come celebrate Italian culture with incredible food, entertainment, family fun, and community spirit. I hear the food's incredible. Absolutely. Finally tonight, a Timmins woman is celebrating a remarkable milestone. Peggy Atkinson turned 100 today, surrounded by family, friends, and a few surprises. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
Peggy Atkinson was born in England and arrived in Canada with her family during the Great Depression.
We came to Canada in 1932.
At the time, Peggy's father took a job at the Hollinger gold mine in Timmins, and Peggy continues to call the city home. She lives in the Timmins and District Hospital's alternate level of care unit in the St. Mary's Gardens building.
We talked to her the other day, and we were like, what do you have planned for your birthday? She's like, absolutely nothing. It'll be another typical day. And we woke her up at 10 this morning, and she realized it wasn't a typical other day.
What followed was a room filled with family, friends, and well-wishers who came to mark the occasion.
We, unfortunately, working in healthcare, sometimes we don't have people that will make it to 100, so just with it being a huge milestone, we had to celebrate.
So what's Peggy's secret to living to 100? You know we had to ask. Both she and her sons credit healthy living and staying optimistic, and some good food.
Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
Peggy has 3 sons, and the family says some of their best memories were made during camping trips across North America. One of her sons says he makes sure to visit his mom every day.
I believe that helps, like getting her outside. I mean, there's nothing worse than being lonely, right?
The celebration also included a visit from Mayor Michelle Boileau, and the staff treated Peggy to gifts.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect this.
Everything is wonderful, and when you see a day like this and this many people show up, it's very special.
And then came a special moment as the people who care for Peggy sang happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear
Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Good on her. Happy birthday, Peggy. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Friday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. We're also on YouTube. Search for the CTV News channel, find the local Northern feed, and don't forget to subscribe. For those of you in Kirkland Lake, I'll see you tomorrow at the drag races, and we'll see you for your next News for the North Monday night. Until then, thanks for watching. Good night.